My namaskaram to Swamiji, my namaskaram to all of you. I congratulate all of you for deciding to come here and study from Swamiji. And you might have heard some comments like this, that it looks like you have turned spiritual. Your relatives also must be making comments that you are becoming spiritual. Spirituality and spiritual, these words are used very often, and many a times without understanding the true meaning of it. So I thought, let me talk about it. Swamiji must be talking very heavy topic of Upadeshasaram. So in Rishikesh we have a tradition that when lunchtime there is a bandara, evening it will be only khichdi, very light, light dinner will be there. So you are having heavy stuff, so I will tell you light things only. There are so many wrong notions about what spirituality is, what it means to be spiritual. When we hear that this person has become spiritual, or he or she is a spiritual person, what generally comes to our mind? Nobody asks that what does it mean he has become spiritual. People have some idea about it. And one thing is that if he is a man, then he must have grown his beard. That is spirituality, first. Second thing is he'll be wearing mala. Third thing is bhasma or some kumkumam or something, wearing white or yellow or orange. And he must be going to the ashrams or maybe staying in ashram. Doesn't talk to people, most of the time meditating. These are the things we generally associate with the word, the idea of spirituality. Some of them are associated with spirituality, but any one of these does not make the person spiritual. Just I grow beard, I don't become spiritual. In fact, nobody grows beard. See, growing means what? I say I grow tomato, means what? I put fertilizer, I put water. That's what I do. Do I do that for beard? I don't do. When Pujya Swamiji was asked this question, so why are you growing beard? He said, I don't grow. I don't shave, that's all. I don't grow beard. I don't put fertilizer or anything. So, growing beard doesn't make you spiritual. Wearing mala doesn't make you spiritual. Shifting to the ashram doesn't make you spiritual. So, some people, they miss this aspect. Oh, Swamiji is able to stay in the ashram, he is spiritual. I am not able to be spiritual because I have to be at home. Let us forget about this. A particular place doesn't make you spiritual. Ashram is full of these non-spiritual people, and many homes are having many spiritual persons. I have seen both. Therefore, never connect spirituality with a particular place. Don't say the people who stay in Himalayas are spiritual. Not necessary. In Himalayas also murders, everything is happening. So spirituality has nothing to do with place. Nothing to do with the dress. Dress doesn't make you spiritual. Mala doesn't make you spiritual. So all those things are incidental. May be there, may not be there. See, I am not wearing mala. So I should be dismissed. Swamiji is not spiritual. Why not wearing mala? Not necessary. And I don't grow beard beyond 2 months. I have got some period. So after 2 months, when it starts going into the mouth, I shave. That's all. I have simple calculations. I don't have any big consideration. Then I shave it. That's all, full shaving. That's all. So whether people consider me spiritual or not, I don't care. Let me understand and imbibe the spirit of spirituality. That's what matters. All right. Then, Swamiji, all these are not spirituality. Then what is spirituality? Spirituality is your commitment to inner growth leading to the self-discovery. This is the definition of spirituality. Spirituality is your commitment to inner growth leading to self-discovery. That is what spirituality is. Whether you are at home or you are in the ashram, whether you are wearing mala, not wearing mala, whether you are wearing pant shirt or dhoti, if this commitment you have, you are spiritual. What a relieving thing if you understand this definition. So many complexes based on spirituality or the idea of spirituality will go away. Alright, let us understand this definition. This is based on Pujya Swamiji had given some talks, the self-growth and self-discovery. Based on that, I found this is a very good definition of spirituality. Commitment to inner growth leading to self-discovery. So the spirituality has got two aspects. One is by commitment to self-discovery, commitment to understanding what really I am, and commitment to inner growth. And let us understand the words before I proceed. Let us understand the word spirituality linguistically. Spirituality, the word spirituality, see, I am a Vedanta teacher, so I have been teaching like this. Always we go to the fundamentals. Spirituality is derived from spiritual. Spirituality is a status of being spiritual. What is spiritual? That which is connected to spirit is spiritual. What is spirit? Not alcohol. Spirit is a very rough translation of the word Atma in Sanskrit. Atma is roughly, wrongly rather, or in a distorted manner translated as spirit. Equivalent to spiritual word we have in Sanskrit is Adhyatmika. What we call Adhyatmika in Sanskrit is called spiritual in English. Is a very, what is called approximate and not a good translation of the word Adhyatmika. Spiritual is a translation of the word Adhyatmika. Spirituality, Adhyatmikata. Let us now go to Sanskrit word. Adhyatmika means what? Atmani Adhi. Related to Atma is called Adhyatmika. So Adhyatmika means related to the self. Adhyatmika is from Adhyatma, and Adhyatma means Atmani Adhi Adhyatmam. And then Adhyatma to Adhyatmika, Adhyatmikata. So spirituality means that which is related to the self. And therefore, spirituality means my commitment to self-knowledge, my commitment to inner growth. How do we derive the idea of inner growth? Because inner growth implies my growth of inner self. And therefore, the growth of inner self, subtle self, leading to the understanding of real self. Growth of subtle self leading to the discovery of real self. I will explain about all these terms used. So, let us come back to the main thing. Spirituality is my commitment to inner growth, inner self growth, leading to understanding of self. Now, question is, why do I require self-knowledge? In fact, many of your relatives might be asking, why are you going to Rishikesh? Oh, there is a Vedanta camp, Vedanta retreat. Now, what do you get there? We get self-knowledge. What is self? You will say, I am Satchidananda, or whatever you say. Then what is the benefit? Let us be clear. Why do we need self-knowledge? First of all, we need to know we do not have clear understanding of the self. Before being exposed to Vedanta, we do not have clear understanding of the self. How do we say so? Because my expressions are, I am fat, I am lean, I am dark, I am getting older. This old age is such a funny thing, That people do not like to be known as an old person. If any person, even though he is 80-year-old, if you told him, hey, old man, he doesn't like. Old man, oh, that old man you call, he doesn't like. Hey, you are old man. I don't like. And I am healthy, I am sick. Sometimes we say like this. And all these expressions are showing my understanding of myself as the body. When I say I am fat, what does it mean? I am as good as the body is. When I say I am disturbed, what does it mean? I am the mind. When I say I am growing old, what does it mean? I am the body. I am dull, Swamiji. It means I am intellect. And sometimes I say, my body is like this. Swamiji, my mind is like this. So, are you the body or body is yours? We are confused. We are confused about what really we are. First off, let us admit we are confused. The path to clarity is to admit the confusion. Many people do not even admit that they are confused. Admit your confusion. Acknowledge of the mistake is the way to correct the mistake. If you don't admit the mistake, you will not correct the mistakes. Many people remain as they were for years together. One reason is this: they don't admit their mistake. They themselves do not understand the mistake, and if somebody points out, they don't accept. So first of all, let us admit the fact. Yes, I am confused about what really I am. Then somebody may say, Astu tavat, let it be so. Let me be confused. I am confused about so many things. That's what my wife says. You are confused. You don't understand anything. So Swamiji, I am confused about so many things. One more thing, I am confused. How does it matter whether I have self-knowledge or not? Whether I have got clarity about the self or not? How does it matter? Iti chet, if this is the question. in Sanskrit, this is how we dialogue will have. If this is the question, the answer is, how I look upon myself decides how I will look upon the world. This is an important thing to note. How I look upon myself, even in relative sense, will decide how will I look upon the world. If I look upon myself as victimized, Swamiji, the world has really hassled me. The world has really victimized me. The world has really hurt me so much. I am hurted so I am hurt so much. If this is my feeling, you know how I look upon the world? I will look upon the world as my enemy. I look upon the world with feeling of anger because I am hurt. I am victimized. I will be shrunk. I will be insecure while dealing with the world. But if I have the feeling, oh, I am blessed. People have really helped me. People are very nice. I have been blessed. I have been blessed really. So your approach to the world is different. When you look upon yourself to be blessed, your approach to the world will be different. Your response to different situations will be different. Your activities will be different. Your experience will be different. And thereby your life is different. So it is not a small thing that whether I know myself or not, How does it matter? It matters a lot. What I think about myself decides how the quality of my life would be. Therefore, it is important to know what really I am. And therefore, self-discovery, self-knowledge is important. And for this self-knowledge to happen in an effective manner, one requires certain qualifications. Like to study higher mathematics, I should have some basic mathematics. To study calculus, I should have basic arithmetics, basic maths I should have, then only I will understand calculus. Similarly, to understand what really I am in an effective manner, I need to have certain preparedness. And that preparedness is described by the word inner growth. So now you can understand the connection. Self-discovery or self-knowledge is the goal, and for that I require certain preparedness, which is inner growth. And therefore, to begin with, inner growth becomes my immediate goal. I need to have commitment to inner growth, then only I can be spiritual in real sense. And what are the factors which constitute this inner growth? It is described in various ways in Shastra. In Bhagavad Gita, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam, or in Tattvabodha, viveka, vairagya, samadhi, shatka, sampatti, mumukshutvam. Like that, in so many ways, in Upanishad, shanto, danto, uparatastitikshu, samahito, bhutva, Brihadaranyaka. So, different places it is described in different manners. But let us see them in a very simple manner in our language. What constitutes inner growth? The first one is objectivity. The first sign of inner growth is objectivity. Objectivity means you see things as they are. Not more, not less. Generally, Pujya Swamiji used to give the example of money. Money, is it everything or it is nothing? Both extremes are wrong. If somebody says money is everything, he is subjective. If somebody says money is nothing, he is subjective. The right thing is what? Money is something. Money has got buying power. If you want to buy even a water bottle, you require money. If you want to buy a ticket, you require money. Ticket to go back to your place, money is required. Money will make the transaction smooth. So money has got its own role. Money can buy you definitely some comforts. So we cannot deny the role of money in our life. We should see money as something which is useful in life. We should see the capacity, the characteristics of money as they are. So never look down upon money. This is not Indian culture. In Indian culture, we never look down upon money. We treat money with respect. Pujya Swamiji used to say, even this 1 rupee coin, it has fallen down, or 1 rupee note has fallen down, and you step on it, you beg pardon. Even though 1 rupee nowadays to get, water bottle will not be possible. But still, you show your respect. So money is not something to be criticized. Money is not something to be looked down upon. But because of some emotional background, some hardship, especially I have observed in some lives, that the initial hardship in life because of not having money sometimes brings about very strong sense of insecurity regarding money. And because of that, they superimpose overvalue on money. They become subjective about money and they think money is everything. In Hindi, there was a movie called Sabse Bada Rupaiya. So, there was a movie, Sabse Bada Rupaiya, means rupee is the biggest one. That is subjectivity. Looking upon money as everything is subjectivity. Looking down upon money, saying it is nothing, subjectivity. Objectivity means seeing money for what it is. Similarly, relationship. Relationship, people over-invest emotionally, they over-invest on relationship. And they will say, Swamiji, this person will bring fulfillment in my life. This person Swamiji, this person is my whole world. They say, you are my whole world. There's an expression they use, you are my whole world. So they will have all this song for some days. तुम मिल गए तो कुछ नहीं चाहिए. So if I get you, I don't need anything. And afterwards, जब दिल ही टूट गया. That KL cycle song they will start singing within few days. So why over-investment? Subjectivity. Trying to see the fulfillment of life in relationship. That is illusion, delusion. That's why in English we have a beautiful word. Swamiji, I was disillusioned with this person. Means what? He was illusioned. Whenever you are finding, you are seeing, not finding, when you are seeing the fulfillment of life in any person, you are visualizing some fulfillment in any person, you are deluded. Nobody can give you fulfillment. Nobody. I heard recently one story that one lady was asked in a get together, does your husband make you happy? She said no. Her husband was shocked because her husband thought that I am a very good husband. So she should say yes, that yeah, my husband makes me very happy. She said no. Nobody has responsibility to make me happy. It is your responsibility. Own up your responsibility. Nobody has responsibility to make you happy. Nobody has responsibility to make you fulfilled. You have to discover fulfillment within. By your own maturity, by your self-discovery. So if you are investing emotionally and superimposing this fulfillment of life on a given person, that is your mistake. There is no point in blaming other person. Swamiji, I expected everything from him. He did not give me anything. हमने तो जब कलिया मांगी थी कांटों का हार मिला. In Hindi, it means we had asked only for only birds, only one garland of birds, and we got thorns only. But it is your mistake. Own up that there was something wrong in my expectation. There was something wrong in my superimposition. There is no point in blaming others. In fact, one characteristic of spirituality is this: I stop blaming the world and start taking care of myself. I own up my responsibility for my happiness, my fulfillment, my peace. I don't blame the world. When I stop blaming the world, I have started becoming spiritual. Spiritual person is the one who does not blame others, who has stopped blaming the world for his happiness, her happiness, or his unhappiness. So, Relationship is not meant for complete fulfillment in life. At the same time, we cannot say relationship is useless. Relationship should be avoided completely. That is also wrong stand. Relationship is nothing. Relationship is only problematic. Some people are like that. They always want to avoid relationship. They are afraid. It's a psychological problem. When you want to avoid somebody in your life, you need to see that fact there is some psychological issue. A person who is psychologically healthy would not have tendency to avoid anybody. He may not go after someone, but he doesn't have that anger with anybody. He doesn't have this disgust feeling, or he doesn't have any aversion towards anybody. Sarve bhavanti sthane. All are okay in their place. So, relationship is nothing. Relationship is only problem. Therefore, it is totally avoidable. Extreme. Other extreme is relationship is everything. Extreme. Both are subjectivity. What is objectivity? Seeing relationship as the means for growth. Any relationship can be spiritually used for our inner growth. How? In relationship we learn to sacrifice. In relationship we learn to share. We learn to expand. And therefore, relationship is meant for my inner growth. If I see in this manner, I am objective. So the first quality or the first aspect of inner growth is objectivity. Seeing things as they are. In our Shastriya language, in the scriptural language, it is called Viveka leading to Vairagya. They use this term, I put it in a simple manner, simple and known language, objectivity. Objectivity means seeing things as they are. Everything. This body, some people hate their body. Some people think body is everything. Both are subjectivity. Treat the body as a tool. How you treat your car, how you treat various gadgets, how you handle them. In the same manner you handle the body. Take care of the body. Alright, so first thing is objectivity. Second thing is, we can go up to 4:30, no? Okay. Second thing is relative self-acceptance and the acceptance of the world. Acceptance, relative acceptance of myself and the world is the second sign of inner growth. When I am relatively comfortable with myself, complete acceptance of oneself comes only by self-discovery, by wisdom. But for getting complete self-acceptance through wisdom, I require relative self-acceptance. The people who keep on looking down upon themselves all the time, they cannot discover I am limitless Brahma, which is self-discovery. I generally give this example. You do business for money, but for doing business you require money, isn't it? For doing business you require money. You do business for money, but for doing business you need money. Similarly, for complete acceptance, the means is self-knowledge. But self-knowledge can work for you to give you complete self-acceptance only when you have relative self-acceptance. And relative acceptance of the world. Mind is not having so much resistance to what is. Mind doesn't have so much insistence on what things should be. Mind is more on the acceptance mode, not on resistance mode. Some people you might have seen the habit of, they start their statement with no. No. That is a yes, yes, yes. But they have to change afterwards. But start with no. Some resistance. So there is relative self-acceptance, relative acceptance of the world. How do we get it? Relative self-acceptance comes by seeing in what all manner you are blessed. You have hundreds of reasons to feel blessed. I sometimes give this exercise to people. When they come with certain issues, I said, you please write down what all way, in what all manner, in what all ways you are blessed. Oh no, Swamiji, I don't think I am blessed. What all? Then one or two I myself count and tell them, see, you have simplicity, you have readiness to help others. These are blessings. You have desire to change yourself. This itself is a blessing. Your human body, blessing. You have come to the spiritual camp. That very desire itself is a blessing. You had opportunity to come, blessing. You have resources to come, blessing. So many ways you can see yourself to be blessed. But Swamiji, I don't have this, I don't have this. See, nobody is perfect. Tell me one person in the world, Swamiji has got everything. You show me one person. There is nobody in the world who has got everything. You may think like that, oh Swamiji has got money, he has got this. But if you ask him and you be with him for some time, you will find he also, she also has some imperfection, which that person may not mind it. But at Vyavaharika level, perfection is not possible. Obsession with perfection is a guarantee for anxiety. And anxiety, what type of anxiety, you know? Swayam anxious, anyan anxiety. So they make others anxious. They are stressed and they make others stressed. See, obsession with perfection is a sure guarantee for anxiety. So we did not have, in fact rather I would say should not have the obsession with any perfection. I will have a perfect setup. Many of you might be thinking, I will have that, that mountain is there. On the top of the mountain, I will have a small cottage and I will stay there. And how nice it will be. Nobody, no contact. You go there and you will find snakes will come, then some animals will come, and the birds will be making noise, dog will come and all this. So many. There is no place in this world which is free from problems, which is free from imperfection. Any ashrama, we have 4 stages of life. Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Now Brahmachari will be thinking, when I will become Grihastha, when I will become Grihastha. Grihastha will be thinking, when I will become Sannyasi. Especially when you have a wonderful spouse, then you will be looking for sannyasa. And sannyasi may be regretting, my God, why did I take sannyasa? So that also is possible. There is no perfection at this what is called level of this setup. Not possible. And therefore, I don't connect my self-acceptance with perfect setup, with perfect body. Oh Swamiji, how can I accept myself? My body is not healthy. I am overweight. I have got this allergy and all this. It has nothing to do. With whatever body I have, I am capable of having this spiritual commitment. And therefore, any body is okay. In fact, it is good. Bhagavan has given me the blessing that, I don't have that healthy body, otherwise I would be running around. So most of the times, I am sitting at home only because my body is like this. It's a blessing. मेरे टूटे हुए पैरों का मुझ पे ऐसा है कि तेरे दर से छूट कर अभी कहीं जाया नहीं जाता. So one person says that my leg is cut. Bhagavan, it is such a blessing you have given on me, because from your place I don't go anywhere else. I don't have capacity to go anywhere else. And therefore, anything you can see it as a blessing. It is a way of looking. anything can be looked upon as a blessing. And therefore, I don't connect perfection with my self-acceptance, nor I connect perfection of people with their acceptance. I don't say I will accept my spouse only if he is perfect. I will accept my children only if they are perfect. That is why many children are tortured because of this obsession with perfection on the part of their parents. Pujya Swamiji used to say very nicely, the son brings the mark sheet and father says, what is this? Mathematics 98. This physics 100. English 96. Okay, next time bring 100 in all. Child thought his parents will really appreciate. Father is having perfectionism and therefore children really suffer. In fact, the acceptance, the feeling of being accepted is one of the greatest gifts you can give to your children. They should feel that we are loved, we are accepted as we are. We don't have to become somebody to be accepted by my parents. The way I am, my parents enjoy me. The way I am, my parents love me. There is no conditional acceptance. They accept me as I am, what I am. This is the greatest gift you can give. You think that I have to give one site and one house and some gold and all this. That is not real gift. This is a real gift. You can give the gift of feeling of acceptance. And for that, you have to get out of this obsession with perfectionism. This my perfect. Especially I have seen the wife is perfect and husband is poor fellow. I have seen suffering. Other way also I have seen husband is very perfect, wife is always tensed. One lady was telling me, Swamiji, even the postage stamp, if I have not put it properly in the corner and on the right side proper angle, my husband will be very angry. He said, even before we got married, I used to write a letter, he used to find mistake and send it back. That is how their life started. So, what an what an obsession. You kill love. That's what happens. And therefore, let me not connect acceptance of myself with perfect body, perfect mind. Let me not connect the acceptance of others with any perfect qualities. Need not be. We are beautiful the way we are. Let us learn to love ourselves, seeing we are already blessed. I always feel that feeling we can invoke that I am in order. In other words, in the eyes of Ishwar, I am okay. In the eyes of my father, my brother, my husband or my wife, I may not be okay. But in the eyes of Ishvara, I am okay. What is the eyes of Ishvara? The order. Swamiji must have talked about order. Order means the factor because of which things are the way they are. Anything is the way they are, the way it is because of order. This object is, if it is dropped, it falls down. This is order. Somebody is feeling little sleepy, is order. So, somebody is getting interested, order. Somebody is understanding, it is order. Somebody not understanding, it is in order. You are the way you are because of order. The way you are, it is in order. My body is the way it is because of order. My mind is the way it is because of order. Order, in simple words, order is law, a set of law of cause and effect. If something is, something else would be. That is called order. So if I see that my life is in order and order is non-separate from Ishvara, then I can very well appreciate that I am okay in the eyes of Ishvara. I do not need any certificate from anyone to feel accepted. Our one issue is this, we want certificate from others that I am okay. Why should I say? Why should I get certificate? Let me have this feeling that in the eyes of Ishvara, I am always okay. People, Swami, don't understand me. When people say, no, Swami, people don't understand me, I ask them, do you understand all? You don't understand all. Even you don't understand yourself. Where is the question of somebody else understanding you completely? Forget about it. Nobody can understand other person completely. So don't expect that, Swamiji, I am searching for a person who will understand me completely. Not possible. Not required also. What is required is that I appreciate myself as understood in the eyes of Ishvara, in the eyes of order, rather I can say, I am always okay. Which is Swamiji used to say that more we understand Ishvara, more I am able to see myself okay, see myself in order. And this helps me to have relative self-acceptance. This is sign of inner growth. One more sign of inner growth is expansion of the mind. That narrow-mindedness, that I will just take care of myself. I will see I got my share, my right. I need not bother about duties. I need not bother about contribution. In fact, I feel myself to be smart. When I give minimum and take maximum, I think I am smart. That is narrow-mindedness. Oh, in this ashram, no, they don't ask that how much you pay. So, Swamiji, I just go and give 100 rupees, in the box I put. And 7 days I really enjoyed. All 3 times double cup tea. And you think you are smart. That is not growth. You are a very insecure self if this is the thinking. When I enjoy sharing, my expansion of the mind will be expressed in the form of my readiness to share, my readiness to contribute. Expansion of the mind is expressed in the form of readiness, even sometimes eagerness to contribute. And also my expansion will be expressed in the form of my compassion. Because I am expanded, it is not that my pain alone is my pain. I think about others' difficulty as well. And if somebody is in difficulty, it is not that how does it matter to me, I help the person. So, expansion of the mind will be expressed in the form of my readiness to contribute and my compassion. Pujya Swamiji used to say, he used to emphasize this idea of compassion. He says, compassion is a sign of maturity. If you have compassion, it means you are growing in your life. And we could see what compassion means. I have really seen in his life. Real compassion. Sometimes we have value for looking compassionate. That is different. Looking compassionate is not sign of growth. Being compassionate is a sign of growth. And so, one more quality or one more aspect of inner growth is expansion of the mind expressed in the form of readiness to contribute and compassion. And one more aspect of this inner growth is relative calmness of the mind. When there is self-acceptance, then there is calmness. when there is acceptance, relative acceptance of myself, relative acceptance of the world, my mind is relatively calm. Relatively calm. Because resistance and insistence, they bring this disturbance in the mind. Whenever you have disturbance in the mind, you can trace your disturbance to either insistence or resistance. In Hindi and Sanskrit, they call it agraha and vigraha. Agraha means insistence. Vigraha means resistance, fight. I generally tell that people have this Swamiji, the Rahu Graha is not well, the Shukra Graha is not well, Guru Graha is not well. I say these two Grahas you take care of this. Agraha and Vigraha. If you take care of these two, then you will not have an Agraha for these planets also. I am ready to welcome. People are nowadays too much this astrology obsessed. Night 12 o'clock prediction is given by some TV channels. People are eager to read how my next day would be. Today, your day will be like this, It's okay. Astrology is a very good and a valid science. I don't dismiss it. It is a Vedanga. But obsession with astrology shows some inner insecurity, heavy inner insecurity. You take help of astrology when you start some good work, when you start some, some project, or some auspicious thing is to be started, marriage, etc. You take help. Or sometimes, in spite of your repeated efforts, things are not working out. When drashta upaya are not working out, we think of adrishta, and to get the idea about what is invisible factor, adrishta factor, we take help of astrology. We should take. It is intelligent. Pujya Swamiji used to say, when you are helpless, ask for help. It is an intelligent way of living. When you are helpless, ask for help. So we have difficulty in deciding what is coming in my way. Even though I am making so much effort, still why it is not working out well? Why it is not getting me success? So you can take guidance from astrology. It's very good. But too much obsession with astrology is showing that we have so much insistence, so much insecurity. Let us learn to face the challenge. Let us learn to allow my prarabdha to unfold. And therefore, definitely you use astrology, but don't become astrology obsessed. So, sign of inner growth is calmness, because there is no so much resistance, no insistence. And one more sign of inner growth is jignasa, desire to know myself. Mumuksha based jignasa, desire to know myself, which is coming out of desire to be free. And Pujya Swamiji used to call this as a Purushartha Nishchaya. That is a sign of maturity, inner growth. You are grown up inwardly, we can say, when you have desire to know yourself. You have Purushartha Nishchaya. What is Purushartha Nishchaya? Ascertainment of what is the real goal of life, the ultimate goal of life, and what is the real final means to attain that goal. That is called Purushartha Nishchaya. So when you have lived your life as it should be, and when you have got inner growth, one indicator is you will have desire to know yourself. And more you grow, then your desire will become more and more intense to know yourself. And intensity of desire is measured by your readiness to sacrifice. This is an important thing to know, that intensity of desire is measured by your readiness to sacrifice. People say, Swamiji, I really want to come, but this problem, that problem. And the problems will overwhelm you when your desire is little less intense. When you have real intense desire for something, you are ready to sacrifice. So more intense is the desire, more you will be ready to sacrifice. And when you have got intense desire for Atmik Dhanam, self-knowledge, then you will search for the means for self-knowledge. And the means for self-knowledge is not perception. Perception will not give you this knowledge of self, because perception is designed for only external objects. And since perception is not the means, perception-based inference cannot give me self-knowledge. And therefore, finally we are left with, there are so many means of knowledge. If we analyze, then finally we are left with only one means of knowledge which is valid, and that is Shastra Pramanam. The scriptures are the means of knowing the self. So I go to the scriptures to get this self-knowledge. Many people ask this question that, see, self is within, scriptures are outside. How outside scriptures can give me the knowledge of inner self? And they will tell you the story that lady, she lost her needle in her cottage, and she was searching outside on the road. See, you people are like this. Why? Because you want the knowledge of inner self, and you are searching what? In the books. How the books can give the knowledge of inner self? You have to look within. And we say, yeah, it's true. You have to look within. Then Pujya Swami used to say, when I look within, only I find the stomach and heart and liver and all this. I don't find any self anywhere. So they give this example. So we also counteract. We also counter-argue by another example. See, every day you are looking at mirror. You are looking at mirror for what? For seeing yourself. Do you look at the mirror for seeing the mirror? No. First time, yes. When you bought the mirror, you looked mirror properly, whether glass is proper, frame is proper, all this you saw. You look at the mirror for seeing the mirror. But once you have fixed it on your bathroom wall or somewhere, wherever, or what is called dressing table wall or whatever, then you are not looking at the mirror for seeing the mirror. You are looking at the mirror for seeing yourself, the body. So, just as mirror is outside, but helping me to see myself as a relative self, similarly, the scriptures are like mirrors. So, we are not studying the scriptures for studying the scriptures, for the sake of studying the scriptures. Just as we are looking at the mirror not for seeing the mirror, similarly, we are not studying the scriptures for the sake of knowing the scriptures. We are studying the scripture to know myself. So, understanding the scripture is understanding the self, because the scriptures are the means of knowledge. So, the vision I get from the scriptures, but sometimes my vision may be fraught with some vagueness or doubts or habitual error. Therefore, I require this sadhana of mananam called deliberation, with the help of which I resolve my doubts. And if I have some habitual error, I have been thinking of myself to be a limited individual, and therefore I have got impressions that I am like this, even though I have understood by impressions samskaras are opposite. Therefore I require nididhyasanam. And therefore we have this sadhana of shravanam first to receive this vision, and if there is any doubt, we have mananam, and if there is habitual error, we have got nididhyasanam. By this shravana, manana, nididhyasanam, what I get is the clear and firm vision of myself being limitless. That is called self-discovery. Discovery of myself being limitless is called self-discovery. And by this self-discovery, what happens? All my problems based on the sense of limitation goes away. My competitive spirit, oh, he is doing so well, I am not doing at all, that will go away. When I have got this knowledge with abundance, then competitive spirit is not there. In fact, this vision makes you see that all are nothing but myself. I alone am manifesting in the form of this Ganga, all people, all trees, all mountains are nothing but my manifestation. Where is the question of competition? There is no question of feeling limited at all. You just enjoy everything as yourself. This is the vision. And this vision makes you free from all these problems born of ignorance. And you remain free and you can help others see you are free. You are free and you make others see they are free. And thus, spirituality has nothing to do with all those external things. Spirituality has something to do with your commitment to inner growth, leading to the discovery that you are limitless. You are Purna. This is the meaning of spirituality. I hope I have made myself clear about what spirituality is, what spirituality is not. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you all.